Let's watch some Greg and Tim show clips.
That brings me to our next guest. Our next guest is the inventor of Fire Flames Inc. And well, let's just get right into that one.
See why, and you're gonna love this segment. So stay tuned. Yeah,
he's great.
Let's go right.
Okay, let's go right into the interview. Okay, Tim, today we got a special guest that is also joining us remotely. So we had somebody in studio talking about the moon landing, and today we're also going to talk remotely to a friend of mine. She has just launched a brand new company called
something that is
Fire Flames.
Deep in my heart of hearts.
Yes.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauces. You love the hot sauce.
That's my nickname in high school, and also what I enjoy to put on my hot wings.
I don't know if that's your nickname in high school, but anyways, Jen has created these 3 brand new hot sauces. She is from Ontario, in Toronto, Ontario, and we wanted to have her on the show to talk about it because, well, I'm friends with Jen, and I'd love to promote her product, and I want to try it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
So let's bring Jen in here. Hey, Jen, how you doing today?
Hey guys, great. How you doing?
We're doing fantastic.
Very good.
We're ready. We've got the wings ready. We've got 3 wings for Tim, 3 wings for me, and then Chuck off camera, who was here earlier. He's going to try some as well, and we're going to get right into it and see how these taste for one thing.
Yep.
Because
do we have to wait to taste them? I'm like really looking forward.
You really want to just try the wings out?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you ask the first question and you give me a sample of one of them?
Okay. So, Jen, we're going to start out with the friendly fire. I haven't opened these yet since you sent them, so brand new in the package. So let's get a test. Nice little packaging. Open this guy. So Jen, tell us while we're trying out the friendly fire here. Tell us what got you into this.
Well, I've always been a hot sauce lover, I guess, kind of like Tim. And I was just getting sick of asking for hot sauce at restaurants and they would send me some sort of spiced vinegar. So I was always pretty passionate about kind of finding and sourcing the best hot sauces out there and trying a bunch of them. And then the inspiration really came from my husband's Guyanese side of the family. They are into authentic pepper sauce and they make it at home. And throughout the pandemic, we would always kind of, go over there and grab the sauce, and kind of just got sick of having to leave the house and go grab hot sauce. And this was one of the sauces that I was inspired by because it was very healthy and natural in terms of ingredients, and ended up just trying to make it myself in the kitchen. And so that's kind of how the idea started, and it morphed into what it is now. But yeah, here we are, a couple years in the making, and finally decided to launch it in December last year.
This one has some kick.
Yeah, I just tried this, and this is the friendly fire one. You have 3 flavors. Friendly fire is the first one we tried. And if I just give you my credit card and you just have it, and you just send me hot sauces periodically,
like hot sauce of the month.
I'm good with that. Like, you spend whatever you want. That was so good. It had some kick to it. It's got the green. What makes up the green coloring?
Well, so I can tell you what the sauce is. I mean, so the green one was actually made by accident. The red one is a classic kind of red pepper, garlic, vinegar, salt, authentic kind of pepper sauce. And that's the one that I was after. That's the one that I was trying to make in my kitchen. And so I went to the grocery store, grabbed a bunch of different red peppers and played around with the ingredients. Because of course my husband's family did not have a recipe. It was like, throw a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And so
that's how I make stuff.
Just kind of had to practice in the kitchen. And the red one emerged first, and that one was good enough for us to be satisfied. And then the green one happened by accident because when I went to get all the peppers at the grocery store, I got every color possible: green, yellow, orange, red, and had a bunch of green peppers left over, and just kind of threw them in the pot and wrote what I threw in the pot down, thankfully. And then this kind of salsa condiment, like almost relish type hot sauce emerged, which is what you're eating. And everyone loved it. They were like, what is this? Like, this is the one you made by accident. I like this one best. And so It's
So
only because of the green one did I end up with the vision to create the rest, which was I came the marketing idea and the branding kind of vision came to life once the green one was made by accident, and then I had this idea around green, yellow, and red.
just one second before you go, Tim, on this. I expected this one to be the least hot.
Yeah.
It's got a
Yes.
kick. It's got so. Can I read your ingredients out?
Yeah, for sure.
Habanero, Thai chili, jalapeno, banana, cubanelle, and long hot peppers, garlic, onion, vinegar, lime juice, and sea salt. The one thing that's not in that,
Right.
sugar.
Yep.
No sugar in these.
No, sir.
Which drives
No
me nuts.
sugar, no preservatives, all natural.
So 1 for 1, it's awesome. So you said before that you started because you would go to restaurants and they just didn't have the right hot sauces. I'm the same way. I would go to a restaurant and say, "Do you have this?" And do you have at least some sriracha? We have nothing but the Frank's Red Hot sauce or the something I just don't like. And
Yeah.
I would bring my own hot sauce to the restaurant too. Like I think I got bugged for a couple of times. We were at restaurants and I brought my
We-
own. It's like, what are you doing, right?
We go out once a month. We get a whole bunch of guys to go out once a month, and we have breakfast. And during this breakfast, Tim asked if he could have some sriracha, and there's like a sriracha shortage right now, right? I don't know if you know about that or not.
No.
So there's a sriracha shortage. Apparently, the sriracha factory burnt down. You know, it always is the factory burning down. But anyway,
Oh, boy.
Or
So-
did it?
so Tim got salsa from the waitress.
Yeah.
And the salsa cost him
$2.
$2
For this much salsa.
for a cup
So
of
next
salsa.
time I brought my sriracha.
So next time he comes in and he plops down his own bottle of
Yeah, I
sriracha
didn't have
on
it.
the table because they don't have sriracha, and the waitress just howled. She thought it was
Well,
hilarious.
she thought we all were great. So, so going back to your story, as you originally had, were you not intending to market these, and you had one that you really liked, so you went to develop the other two? Is that correct, from what I understand you saying?
Yes.
Okay, so you have three different flavors: fruity fire, flaming fire, and friendly fire.
Yeah.
How do they represent you as an individual and your business?
Yeah, so it's a good question. I mean, we'll start with the overarching name and incorporation. It's actually Fire Flames Inc. That's the name, and it comes from the nickname that my husband gave me when we first met. And I think I was just playing around with, the saying these days. That's fire. That's good. That's cool. That's hot. And so fire was on my mind when I was thinking of these sauces, because we would taste them and we'd be like, oh man, that's fire.
Yeah.
And so Fire Flames, that that was a given. That was always my nickname. But I thought, how can I name these sauces in a cute, fun, memorable way? And Friendly Fire obviously is the mild one. Fruity Fire has the mango pineapple sour, and then Flaming Fire is the hottest one. And so tried to find the adjectives with the F's, and away we went.
Before we go on to, and that's a great answer. Thank you so much for that answer. Before we go on to test the next flavor, I have to know why is that your nickname?
Wait,
I would like to know. I would like to know the history of it.
I've hung out with Jen. There's a lot of nicknames she's had in the
No,
years.
but I want to know that particular nickname that led to the flavor of the wing, so the wing sauce.
Well, I was trying to honor him and his family, right? The inspiration behind him nicknaming me that, and me getting the idea from his family's kind of homemade recipe. And so I kind of try to tie it both together with our love story. And then you'll see kind of in the description of the story and the values, the mission, the vision, the value prop, etc. Our values and our stories tied to this brand. It's even the description will say, garlic pepper love, mango pineapple mercy, and then green pepper peace. And so love, mercy, peace is a theme in our marriage, and without those values we would not be together today. So there's a whole other story about the purpose and the roots based in on our faith with regards to this product and this story. But yeah, I mean,
it's fantastic, and like me personally, I know some of your story, so I love it because I know that this comes from a passion. Like, this isn't just you throwing some ingredients together and putting it on the market. You've taken a lot of time with this. We're gonna try the second one here. We're gonna try Fruity Fire. I'm hoping it's not as hot as the first one. That was supposed to be the easy one.
You couldn't take the first
No,
one.
I'm just
Oh yes, you that one was too hot for him.
The fruit will help you.
Yeah, just
at the
on the record, Greg could not take the hotness of the first.
I
flavor.
took it. It's not a problem. So I got a question for you then. The Fruity Fire one. What? How did you come up with that? Basically that combination of ingredients.
Yeah, so friendly fire, first off, just going back, it pairs well with eggs, sandwiches, seafood. Flaming fire pairs well with pizza, pasta, etc. Or any hot sauce lover will probably eat the red one with anything. But the yellow one, fruity fire, is the last one I came up with because I always loved mango and pineapple hot sauces, but I couldn't decide which one I should go with, and so I just combined mango and pineapple sour with the lime. And that one was to just kind of close the loop on the food pairings, because you'll notice that with these three sauces, they pair with almost all foods. I mean, the green one pairs with what I just said. Fruity Fire will pair with a lot of the meats like chicken, pork, a lot of souvlaki type dishes. And then the red one pairs with, specific things, but almost anything. So when you look at all three of them, I just thought I wanted to give the consumer kind of options in terms of mild, medium, hot, and then a bunch of options in terms of what it pairs with.
That's so good. No, it's like okay, it's so good. Oh, and,
So
and it
good.
does have kick to it.
It has a kick. I
Yeah.
like the fruitiness. I like the kick.
Do we have water and or milk for you?
I'm
After this?
fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I like the kick. So I like honestly, we've had the sauces here for a little bit since you sent them to us because we waited for you to get back from your vacation, which by the way, looked like an amazing vacation. So I hope you guys are re-energized and ready to go because I think that this stuff's going to take off once people start trying it because holy smokes, it's good.
Yeah.
Like my mouth is watering.
No. If we get a close up, he's sweating. His nose is sweating.
I'm not
He's sweating. Oh, he is. Question for you, Jen. Are these out to market already?
They are. We started just with basic direct sales. I have a large network across North America because I run a staffing and consulting business, and then my husband runs a general contracting business. So of course, we gifted them to our clients and prospects. We sold them to friends and family first via our website and through Shopify. And then there are some individuals that I don't know that have just purchased the sauce based on some promotion and some marketing. But the idea was just to launch and get it out before Christmas as a Christmas kind of gift, and just test the market to get feedback so that I know how best to scale this year. It's all about wanting to scale this sauce in the right way and partnering with the right people, and that's what I'm in the process of doing. And so your feedback is super valuable right now. So I hope you're not lying about how good it is.
No.
Trust me. There's no way. Like Tim loves his hot sauces, and so if he didn't like it, he would.
So
be on
both
that.
two have got really good kick. Both flavors are very, very different. I'm not a mango kind of a guy. The yellow one is more mango in its flavoring.
Mango pineapple. Mango pineapple.
Yeah, my wife loves mango, so she'll be all over that. This flavor, the green pepper, is like I have a lot of green sauces too that I really like, and so it's more down my alley. But they're both very, very, very good.
We're 2 for 2 then.
Absolutely. I have hot sauces in my eggs every morning. I'll have hot sauce on pretty much anything.
And the thing is, I don't know if you know this, Jen, but Tim challenged me to a no sugar January.
A dry sugar month.
A dry sugar month. So I've been having to make meals and stuff like that with no sugar. So like hot sauces like this, man, if you just a suggestion, and I know that you've got a lot on your plate with this already, but if you made a marinade version of this, like a bigger like marinade type of style of it, you can marinate the chicken in that. Oh my goodness. I would be all over that like a fat kid on a Smartie.
Yeah, I mean, that was the idea as well, right? I've always been a bit of a health nut, and so it's dairy-free, fat-free, gluten-free, no sugar, plant-based. Like, really made sure that I could make it as healthy as possible. And in fact, talking about a marinade, you could technically, I'm constantly trying all three, right? Because I'm a little obsessive about like every ingredient. I end up mixing them all together. So
Right.
if you end up with all three of them in your plate and you want to mix them all together, they actually work well together.
I'm hiding this one from Tim because I feel like he's gonna just take it and
What
start
do you mean
drinking
hiding? It's
it.
right here.
No, the
Oh, the
rest of the
sauce.
sauce.
If you haven't seen when you're giving your answers, he gives me a certain amount and they ask for more, and he's reluctant to give me any. So I asked him to give me a little bit more sauce on this one. So why is it important to you? Like health must be important to you if you're made these sugar free, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that? Why your personal health or the health of your product is important to you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, I suffer from a lot of inflammation, and I was always taught by my holistic nutritional guru friends that sugar is just evil. You got to cut it out, and I've been trying to cut stuff out for years, and sugar is one of them. And I feel like we're living in a world where people do care about what they're eating, and they care about the ingredients. I don't know about you, but when I go in the grocery store and I pick something up, I'm usually looking at the nutritional facts, and I wanted to make sure that when people turn this product around, they're happy with what they're seeing.
What drives me nuts is when I go to the store and there's one bottle of sriracha and the other bottle of sriracha look exactly the same, and one's got like 7 times the sugar. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, but that's
Uh,
just me.
I got my sriracha and it had 0 sugar,
Oh.
which is great.
Yeah.
That one's hotter. It actually hits after the fact.
So
Hmm.
so this last one, because it's hot, is the hottest of the three, obviously.
Yeah.
But they all had really good kick. This, like you said, this is more the traditional hot sauce, kind of the red kind of a flavoring, and then garlic. It's more like garlic pepper, right? That's what it says on the side, right?
Yeah.
And the more I look at the more I look at the bottle, I really like how it looks.
Yeah.
It's simple.
It looks like a little flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea with the bottle, right? It's one of the things that kind of drove me nuts about any kind of hot sauce that was in my fridge is most of them is glass jars or glass bottles, which can break. So you can't really. It's a bit of
Tough
a
to
mess
travel.
when you're bringing it in your bag. But the contamination was the biggest problem for me. Using a spoon for real good hot sauce usually comes in a jar. You got to use a spoon, gets contaminated. And so the packaging was really important for us because I really wanted people to be able to, have a BPA free plastic bottle with a pointed tip that you could squeeze the right amount of hot sauce that you want on your food without wasting it or contaminating it. And you could bring it in your bag like swag to whatever restaurant or dinner table you want. So
It's a good size for that.
bottles are very important.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I said you were sweating already.
The last one was a little hotter than
Well, he
the
was
first
he
two.
was sweating after number 2.
It like they got a good kick. Like they got
His nose,
a good kick.
His nose is perforating sweat.
I should have put makeup on today. They have a great kick, and that's the thing is generally hot sauces you get like Frank's, and it's more of a harsh kick
Yep.
than a sweet, and then like this one follows up. This last one
Mhm.
follows up, and it's actually getting hotter as I talk about it. So I might just stop talking. Go ahead, Tim.
I don't know. Have you ever done any hot sauce eating competitions with wings and all? Have you ever done that?
I haven't.
Okay.
I've seen many of them.
I've done a few of them, and you have to sign waivers. There was one in the city where I think afterwards I touched my hands to my face, and I couldn't see for like 2 hours. But anyway, I digress. Are you happy with the 3 products, the 3 flavors, or do you have any plans to expand that or not?
So speaking of the heat levels and then the expansion, heat levels was something that I was stressing about because I feel like it's going to be hard to please everyone. There are those hot sauce lovers out there that they like the sauce where you put one drop on the food and your whole mouth lights up on fire, and that's not what these sauces are. I mean, they're hot enough to be called a hot sauce, and obviously
Yeah.
Greg's sweating, so that's good.
Oh, he's
But
sweating.
for
I'm
some
trying to
people,
cover it
they're
up
not
here
hot.
right now.
For some people, they're not hot enough, and for some people, they're too hot. So I kind of stressed about that for a while. It was like, man, going back and forth. Should I increase the heat? Should I decrease it? So all I did in the meantime is just made sure that there's kind of an equal level of heat going from the mild, medium, and hot. And from there, I mean, to actually make it official and end up on like the Scoville scale or something, that's a whole other process where you've got to be pretty consistent and lab test it and really promise that that's how many units it's going to be. And I'm not sure if we're going to go down that road because we're still kind of trying to source the right suppliers for scale. And you'd be surprised, but hot peppers from different countries, even though it's the same pepper, taste very different. And so I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out, the heat level, if I should keep it the same. And then on the expansion side, yeah, I mean, probably a feature flavor of some sort. I've always been a huge truffle fan. There's one on the market right now that's probably the most expensive. So maybe something like that. But I really want to see if like the consumer wants that, and maybe that's down the road. Right now, we're just trying to tell people the story of how these three were born and go from there.
No, that's fantastic. I've really enjoyed the hot sauces. I think they were great. The wings, I did a good job on the wings too, right, Tim?
Oh, they were fantastic. You did air frying was
So we
perfect.
air fried them, no breading, naked wings with just the hot sauce. So nothing to get between you and the chicken.
And just to backtrack with what you were saying, Jen, whenever I go to get wings at a restaurant, a local place in town, I'll always mix a sweet with a hot. And if it's too hot and it's not sweet enough, it doesn't taste as good. And if it's not hot enough and it just has sweet, then it doesn't have any kick to it. So I understand what you're saying as far as balancing those two out. For me, I love heat, and you actually had, and it was a perfect blend of like each of them had a different amount of heat to it. The last
Did you
one
say
being
mamount?
amount, yeah, amount of heat to it. So I think you've hit the right blend. I had a friend of mine who had the same kind of idea as far as marketing hot sauces, but people don't realize how much it takes to go from an idea to bringing a product to market, to do all these things, to make a profit out of it, and so that's just entails so much. And I know you're in the middle of doing that.
And
So
she's running another business.
yeah, well, I assume a couple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got this business. I help my husband with his business, and then my staffing consulting. And I also have a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, so there's a lot going on.
Wow. How do you find the time?
Well, I built a great village, and I have a couple nannies and great people on my team. Otherwise, I'd be crying in a corner probably if I didn't have that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Well, Chuck, you can't see him. He's off the corner right now. He is crying in the corner after trying the hot sauces.
He is not crying. Greg is the only one crying. He just wants somebody else to be in his misery. When Greg told me about you, we had certain things in common. I love hot sauce. We talked about that in the show. But the other aspect was I'm a Sanderson. I'm Indigenous. I'm Métis, and so we didn't know how comfortable you were about talking about your heritage, your background, and how that came into your formation of the sauces.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
maybe that's something you want to talk to us about in as long a form as you want.
Definitely. So on the Indigenous, I'm First Nations Ojibwe and French Canadian. And so the staffing and consulting business that I also run is certified Indigenous and women owned. And this organization, or this product here, this incorporation, I should say, will be as well officially. When I say certified, certified with Canadian Council for Aboriginal Business and CAMC, and these are diverse supplier kind of councils that certify businesses like ours and put us in a different category to, especially for large business that want to support and buy from diverse suppliers. And so, Indigenous and women owned is there as a differentiator. You'll see it on the box, because I'm just another Indigenous entrepreneur and company out there trying to make a difference. And I do give back a lot, and I am involved quite a bit on the Indigenous side of things with my staffing and consulting firm, and also with some of the philanthropy work that I do. And so, yeah, I mean, that's the plan, is just use the platform and use my resources to give back and to just kind of fly that flag.
Wow,
That's fantastic.
That's amazing. That's a really good answer. It sounds like between you and your husband, you have just a background of always trying new things, new businesses, different ventures, and you're always inquisitive and you're always pushing for more and seeing what's better and better and better. I really, I can hear that in your answers. And those people like you and your husband really are the type of people that I always try to emulate. So good job.
Jen, I know that you're limited on time here, so we're gonna ask just one more question here. How can people get these sauces?
So you can just go to www.fireflames.ca and you can order them right off the website.
Are you shipping internationally or just to Canada right now?
We're shipping across Canada. We even ship to a few people in the US. Shipping, it can tend to vary in terms of cost depending on where you are, and especially during the holiday season, it kind of got a little crazy. So I think I might have to negotiate some better rates with some of the shippers that I'm dealing with. But
Yep.
aside from that, social media channels, it's all Fire Flames Inc. You can find it on TikTok, on Instagram,
And
even LinkedIn.
We're gonna link it
Facebook.
in the description below here, where they can find the Instagram, and we'll put your website in the link below. No, this is great. I really appreciate you taking the time out, chat with us virtually
I
here.
really appreciate it to be here. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much for coming on. Thanks for allowing us to try the sauces. They were fantastic.
Yep.
I love them. And Greg will recover sometime tomorrow.
Thanks for watching the Greg and Tim Show clips. If you want, click the subscribe button right in the middle here, and then there's an episode in front of me and an episode in front of Tim. Click on them. Keep on watching. Keep on watching and share with your friends. Thanks for watching the clip.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.